Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. All things Middle Earth here with a video on whether you should run Bolg as the leader for your shadow team or Uglúk. I have recently made a switch after going, pretty hard on a Bolg team to start. So I'm going to talk about my experience and why I think the Isengard Uglúk team is going to be very solid, at least currently how the game's working and who Bolg has to use in his team. I was not impressed, so I'm making the switch and I want to talk through why I think the Isengard team is better to go for right now and much more free-to-play friendly, by the way. So stay tuned. That's coming up in just 1 second. So starting out, if you were like me in the launch and got this bundle, I'll put on the screen here. I had this pop up and I had seen Bolg in the S tier on the lotr.gg tier list and thought, okay, that sounds pretty good. This guy is ranked one of the best in the game. To me, he's one of the, there's only a small handful of leaders, so it made sense. He has the Bolg's Brigade ability. The big thing here is that has a chance to grant advantage every turn to Orc, Troll, and Misty Mountain allies, so pretty wide use. And if they have advantage, they have guaranteed critical attack on the next hit, which means that this team has potential to do a lot of damage. Obviously, if you get the advantage up one more time, it goes to 50%, so every other time, technically, your team could be hitting critical hits every time, dealing a lot of damage. The issue is there just didn't seem to be enough other synergy with this group or survivability or the tanks being good enough or whatever it is. I didn't feel like there was a lot of other things to get going. Bolg himself has not been bad. He hits pretty hard, which I do enjoy. The disable and a heal block on his Bone Breaker is pretty good, as well as a disrupt on his no escape ability. He does have a call or a double attack with Tordok, so I just assumed since you get Tordok in that bundle along with Naraz that they would be good fits. They're all rocking the Misty Mountain Blue kind of orc look. So I worked him up to gear 5 as well. He doesn't really add a whole lot. Again, he's got pretty much just basic damage abilities. He has a taunt, but he's not very tanky. I find that when I do taunt with him, it's only very situationally when I have to. And he's not one that I've used as a true taunt, because if I do, he just goes down way too fast. He has Enfeeble here, which reduces critical chance on the enemy, which again could have its uses, but for the most part, he has a taunt and some pretty basic stuff. Other than that, again, he has a chance to gain provoke with his passive, but I don't want him provoking because I just don't think that he's tanky enough to do that without just dying right away, and then your squad just kind of gets picked off, which is what happens. So not super happy with him. Naraz, I had really high hopes for because he has a troll summon. I'll be realistic, the big reason I wanted him is because he summons a troll Stonebreaker to the field. Makes a lot of sense to me. His passive even gives provoke 2 troll allies, prioritizing the troll Stonebreaker. So I'm thinking, okay, this sounds great on paper. You got lots of damage with the lead. You're summoning in another troll. We can use Ironhide as well. We'll find a 5th that heals and it'll be great. And I tried a number of different healers and 5th options, and more often than not, the way of the orc, this just puts provoke on Ironhide if you're using him as your 4th or 5th in this case, before you can get the troll Stonebreaker. Or if you're ever playing a mission like guild campaign or regular story campaign where they give you a summoned unit, you can't summon the troll Stonebreaker. So he just sits there basically not able to summon and putting provoke on Ironhide, which is not good because then Ironhide gets taken out much quicker. It's pretty underwhelming. His basic is actually not bad. Inflicting weakness on the basic attack seems good to me. If there were more calls to assist, maybe where he's putting weakness out on more enemies, that would make sense. But overall, I was pretty underwhelmed and pushed that whole squad, this kind of main 4 here, to gear 5 and tried a number of different characters in the 5th slot, including Uglúk, including Dunnar for a heal. I used Oozehand guy who has a mass heal and he calls someone to assist. So I felt like that potentially had some use, but again, I was pretty underwhelmed by it, especially for it being a group of heroes that I paid for. I paid $50 or whatever it was, and it didn't perform better in my opinion than the other Isengard teams I was seeing, the Isengard teams I was losing to. And again, wasn't enjoying how it was synergizing with most of my team. So I have since made the switch to the Uglúk lead, which is pretty simple. Every time a Bane is inflicted, the whole squad gets healed 2% of their max health. So pretty much every attack these guys have, the Isengard team has a chance to apply a Bane. So like almost every attack that goes out, maybe not every basic attack, but almost like for sure every special attack that goes out has a chance to inflict a Bane or multiple Banes and heal. At this level, it's 2.5%, which does not sound like a lot, but every turn, if you're just topping up over and over and over again, it adds up. And I already found that even at a lower gear, I dropped the 2 Misty Mountain guys here for these guys, and they were at the time gear 4 compared to the gear 5s up here, and they were performing better than this team with a higher geared full squad. So it spoke for itself pretty early for me, and I just kind of regret going in on Nuraz and Tordok because I just think it was a waste of gear, and otherwise would probably have my Rohan team just geared higher themselves or have a more complete Shadow team and gotten further with them sooner. So I wasted some time and resources. It's early enough that I don't think it's the end of the world, but I was not super happy with it. So again, I'm going to hop into a battle here and just show you how and why I'm liking how this Isengard team works, and I'm excited to get one more to fill a 4th slot and use Ironhide in the 5th. But I am curious what you guys think, so let me know down below. If you are using this Isengard team, do you like it? Are you using Bolg? I know some are using Bolg lead and they do like it, but I was kind of in that place where I think I was trying to make it work just because I had bought that, not because it was very good. We are going to use Bolg in our 5th slot for now, and I don't think Bolg by himself is bad, and maybe there'll be a point where a 5th or 4th and 5th Misty Mountain Orc comes out that makes that work a little bit more. Maybe there'll be a better heal that they have. I don't know, but for now, I don't think it was worth the cost, $50, and it's, I think, slowed my progression in the early game. So we're going to hop in here. Again, like I said, every Bane that you inflict has a chance to heal. So we're going to try and inflict a blind here. If we do, you'll see everyone get a little bit of a heal. We don't need it, obviously, because we're full health, but we are going to try and blind these guys so we can hopefully get a win here in this mission. Here we have a heal block, an attack round of 20% damage. So going to use that. And there you see everyone got those green numbers there and topped off. So just as you're going and doing that, using these, it just continues to add up. We have a call to assist here, which inflicts slow. So we'll see if we can get that. Ended up taking him out with 2 very big hits. So there's that. We'll try and hit the disable on this one here with Bolg. Again, I like Bolg, and I think there may be a squad that he fits into, or he might lead at some point. But for me, for now, just the increased damage was not enough to really make it work. So they are resisting some of the debuffs, which is annoying. We do have our heal, the Cruel Medicine here on Dunnar, which heals the most wounded squad member, and it also inflicts weaken on the 2 most wounded allies. So if I use this, it's going to heal our Goblin here, as well as everyone a little bit, because we're inflicting 2 Banes. So there is that, was resisted on one of them, but got the weakness there. Everyone's just getting healed up all the time, and we'll just kind of speed through this thing. Again, I'm using more abilities than I might in the first wave, just to show the potential here at them inflicting Banes and healing. So there goes the first wave. Again, pretty nice. If you guys saw on stream, I've done this mission trying to 3-star it like probably 20 times in a row with the Bolg lead. And the first time I did it with a lower geared Isengard team, I did better than I had done with the Bolg lead with everyone at gear 5. So it was pretty obvious to me that it was going to be solid. Again, the bleed there inflicted, more heal, just continuing to keep us topped off there. We got this ability here for regeneration. I don't think we're going to use, because for some reason this guy does not seem to get targeted a lot, which I'm not too upset with, but it just seems odd as a regeneration and not a way to taunt or like take hits. So that's one thing I don't love about him. But again, he inflicts Banes, so it works for me. Try and get some more Banes going here. More heals. Just kind of slowly chipping away at these guys. A couple of big hits on Ironhide there, unfortunately. Gonna call to assist here and hopefully take this last guy out. He's gone. And then we'll try and ability block here maybe, so he doesn't call this guy to assist. Maybe blind him. There we go. More heals coming out. Again, I'm kind of repeating through it, so hopefully you can see this is just a random battle I've opened up to, and you know, we're landing quite a few Banes and keeping everyone very, very refreshed. I would have probably saved my heal and actually used it on Ironhide now, but I wanted to demonstrate it in the first wave. But again, we're almost completely full health going in with our summon still not even defeated one time. So we are going to try and take down, I think we'll try and take down Feely with the heal. We may or may not, but we'll see what we can get done resisting that. So let's go ahead and heal. It will heal the Goblin again, but I'm fine with that, just so he can take another couple of hits. Lots of our abilities on cooldown, obviously, because we're demonstrating all the Banes and how they work. He actually did not use the heal for whatever reason, maybe because nobody else was hit by anything. So let's try and hit a disable on him, or actually just take him out. So no heal by Feely there. Still looking okay. Now we want to take out Keely if possible. Do a basic attack there. Keely is ridiculous with how much damage he deals, so he'll probably, and there goes Ironhide with a very big hit there. So not quite getting 3 stars, but the consistency I've had with this team has been something I've enjoyed out the gate. So trying to take out our Goblin, he's still tanking like nobody's business. Stuck behind the Iron Hills Guardian, another very annoying character to deal with. Call an assist here and hopefully get some heals going in a second. There's a bleed, so a little bit of a top off there. And we'll try an ability block. Biffer maybe. Nope. One more hit should get him at least with his unbreakable taken out. And you know what? The bleed should take him out, so we'll just try and blind there. Not quite. Again, lots of damage going out to the team, but the fact that they're just consistently healing makes them very survivable, even if you get unlucky with some of the ones not landing. We've not had a crazy amount of them land, but I still find that it's doing very well. So we're going to continue cleaning up here on Keeley. Now we got Biffer left. We still got 4 in the squad. A little unlucky on who got taken out at what times. But if you saw stream where we played through this so many times, I feel like it was so hit or miss with the Bolg League, whether or not we even won the match, much less scraped by with 1 star. So again here, a pretty, confident win here. I think it was unlucky we had a few taken out at the very end, but the whole team was able to be there very top at the end, and that was playing the first 2 waves, using every ability and having things on cooldown, and it still wasn't really an issue where it came down to like 1 or 2 hits. We had 2 with plenty of health there at the end. So again, I am switching to the Isengard team. I am curious what everyone else thinks about the Bolg lead. Maybe you have found some more use for it. Maybe you've got a different one you plug in. Let's talk about it down below in the comments, because maybe there's still hope for it. Maybe he's just going to be a 5th eye plug-in. I just really hate that Nuraz and Tordok didn't pan out well for me, because that's a lot of gear at this point to invest in. Now, a month or 2 months into this game, I don't think who we took to gear 5 this early is going to have a huge impact on like our roster like long term. But again, I was bummed that I didn't just go straight for the Isengard team. So I'm going to push the rest of these guys up a little bit higher, try and get a 4th Isengard member as hacked the one we showed with Ironhide. And again, I've had people share that they're running that and absolutely kicking butt. So I'm going to jump on that train. But I wanted to do a little PSA, let you guys know, if you are running Bolg lead, maybe think twice. If it's working, great, don't break it. But if you do start playing this game and you see that bundle, or maybe it didn't pop for you right away, but you see it later, just be careful. If you want to get it for Bolg and the gear, fine, if that's worth it to you. But the 2 that they give you with him, I would be cautious about bumping them up, because I regret putting gear into them. But that's going to do it for me in this video, and we'll see you guys in the next one.